Hey y'all, Kyle Christensen here with some motivational stuff for overcoming spinal cord injury recovery and traumatic brain injury recovery. And this morning on December 15th, 2025, my book will be out by Christmas, and I'm super excited about that. This morning, I want to touch on a topic that I've not touched on, that really, I don't know where my mind was at to not touch on this yet, but it's a major, it's a major feeling, and it's this feeling more susceptible to being hurt and taken advantage of after an accident. And that's a huge one. After a spinal cord injury and after a traumatic brain injury, feeling more vulnerable to being hurt, being attacked, being any of those things. I mean, even being taken advantage of, any of those things. You feel more vulnerable and at risk of after a spinal cord injury and traumatic brain injury. All right, now I'm over 10 years out with both of these injuries now, and what I've found with living with both of these injuries happens to be, and I've went through a lot of personality shifts throughout all of these, and personality happens to make a huge difference. Now, granted, what happened to help the most happened to be my personality shift back to being the natural personality I was meant to have and born to have, that God gave me, and things like that that grew up having until brain injuries. But anyway, and that being said, but what I grew up having, but you can have two personalities with this accident, really. I've come to the conclusion of, all right, either you can accept the accident, you can have a lighthearted, caring, fun-loving, kidding around, throwing it all up to God, Jesus, carrying the cross as we're supposed to do through life. Or you can have the other personality, which happens to be extremely problematic and doesn't get anyone anywhere. It was not getting me anywhere. It was getting me to, got me to hell in a handbasket in a hurry. Really got my life there really quick, but was able to get it out of there through the help of God. But that was through taking everything either out of context or taking things wrong, or getting things stuck on repeat in my mind, not being able to get things unstuck, or getting scared of being taken advantage of, and I would freak out and I would start copping an attitude because I would start feeling like I was going to be attacked. Therefore, I felt like if I was going to hit, back, but gonna launch a pre-preventive strike. Sometimes it was like like that's what it felt like sometimes, but anyway, that's what it felt like at times. But I'm using getting hit as an analogy. No one was hitting me, no one was abusing me. I'm saying that as an analogy. I don't want anyone taking that literal going, oh God, like what's Kylo do? Anyway, but personality is a huge factor in feeling safe again, and I've found personality and drawing back close to God happens to be a huge factor in feeling safe. All right, thank you all. Take care and God bless.